What do you mean by review? So in the review session, we can discuss, and you have already come across that review means to look back over something for evaluation or for memory. So review means what? Review. So you have already viewed that, you have already have some knowledge in that particular aspect, you know something about that particular product or something, you are looking into that to analyze it more. Okay, to analyze that particular product in maximum cases, and to know more about that particular product, you can review that product. Okay, so you can just brief information regarding the review is, review means to look back over something for evaluation. Okay, so there are different insights to see that particular product. So how you are looking at that particular product and how others are looking to that particular product, that sights may be different. Okay, so to look all the visible what you can say the sites regarding that particular product, we can go for the review. So here they have given one example that the doctor might review your medical record to help or to diagnose your sickness. Fine. So the doctor will go through your complete history. Fine. He will review your history, then he will diagnose your sickness. Or the students, whenever they are giving the exam and whenever they are attending any test or something, so they are going to quick review their notes or something. So this is how the review means. Okay, so review of work products is an important mechanism for monitoring the progress of the project and ensuring the quality of work products. So you can observe here, so whenever any company is producing any product, yes, any company is coming up with some of the products or something, so finally they will not come to the last stage or the delivering of that particular product. So they will work on from the scratch, they will start working on it, what are the requirements, whether they are feasible, whether they are available or not, then they will come up with some of the design to develop that particular product, then they will design that particular product, then they will come for the testing phase of that particular product. In the testing phase, they will completely analyze what is that product is, where they went wrong, what is the fault this thing has been incurred in that particular what you can say the product. So after analyzing all the things, then they will go for revealing that product into the market. This is the basic scenario how we are going to conduct what you can say the SDLC for that particular product. So in that case, where the review comes, so review of the product that is going to monitor the progress of that particular project. So what you have done, what you have to do, okay, what mistakes you have done, so how you are going to learn from that particular mistake, and there are different types of products in the market from similar to your product what you have created. Apart from that, it all comes up with the comparison of that also can be considered as an review of that particular product. So it monitors the progress of that particular project and ensuring the quality of the work products. What is the quality of the product you are developing, that ensures by the review of that particular product. So every project is developed through the iterations over a large number of work products such as requirement document, design document, project plan document, code, etc. So you can observe here, suppose if it is any software company, so that software company is investing its money, or it is investing in the different sectors of the products which are available in the market. So not only in the software, you can go through the TCS company, they are investing, so they do have a software companies also, TCS is having its other type of products in the market also. Fine. Okay, so where they will be they may be investing the amount in that particular product. So in that case, so there is a large number of work products where the company or then any organization is working. So from scratch of that particular product, from the beginning of that particular product, it starts with the requirement document. So what is required to produce or to develop that particular product? What is required basically is nothing but your requirement document. So you are going to maintain each and every thing which is required to develop that particular product, and whether it is available in the market and whether it is feasible for you to buy that particular raw product to develop what you can say, the product. So that all comes under the requirement documents. Then design of that particular document. Then you will come up with the design. So requirement document is done. Then you are going to come up with the development of that design. Then after the design phase, it comes to the plan, or it comes to with the implementation of that particular project. So there are several phases in the organization. There are several people involved in the development. So the requirement documentation purpose, the people involved in that context are different. The development team will be different. The testing phase will be different. And analyzing all this, the like monitoring purpose, the peoples are different. So here, who did exactly what mistake, we will not come to know. Who did a mistake and what mistake he did, we will not come to know exactly. So for that purpose, we have to review that particular product before we release that product into the market. Okay, so here we have another component for the testing purpose, or for analyzing the quality, or for the removal of the defects of that particular product. You can go for the testing also. Okay, so before we go for the testing, we will complete this. Each of these project work can have a large number of defects in them due to the mistakes committed by the development team members. You can observe here, that's what, there are many people involved in that particular product development. So if you are developing a car, means the different car accessories developed by the different people. Some are good at the engine part or something. Some of them are involved in the development of the body of that particular car. Some of them are in installing the windows or something. They do have their own expertise. So exactly we will not come to know where they have committed a mistake and what was the problem, where they went wrong. To analyze all those things, we do require a review of that particular product. So here there is another tool which comes to in the picture to analyze what defects they have made, what defects have been found in that particular product. So that is nothing but your testing also. So the testing is an effective tool to remove the defects, but testing is applicable to only the executable codes. Yes, of course. So if you are doing a testing phase, okay, whatever kind of a testing it may be, if it is a unit testing, if it is an integrated testing or something, if it is what you can say the black box test, white box test, whatever type of testing you perform, it can be possible only from the what you can say the executable code. So once you have a code with you, you execute that code, then you are going to analyze where it went wrong through testing or something. So how you are going to analyze the what I can say the situation where they made a mistake in the requirement document. So that cannot be analyzed, that cannot be taken up using the testing. So for that purpose, company and many organizations, they will prefer the review. Why? Because testing is only applicable for the executable products, or sorry, executable code. So the products such as the requirement document, design of that, and how you are going to proceed with that non-executable codes or something which comes under that part. So that can be reviewed using your review method. So that best practice is review for that. Even you can go through this, even your executable code also can be tested by performing a different test cases. You can analyze using the review method also. And another one more thing, the best what you can the advantage in case of your review and testing is comparative to review, your testing is more costlier. So your review technique is more cost effective compared to your testing and all, because there are many testing tools required. They do have a software, they have to install it, they have to buy. So review is not that much costlier compared to your what you can say the testing. Okay, utility of review and you can say the applications or use of that review. So here, besides being a cost effective, that just now we discussed, removal of the mechanism, review of any work product has several other benefits, including the following mentioned below. So they have analyzed some of the benefits of a review. The first, review usually helps to identify any deviation from standards, including issues, and that might affect the maintenance of the software. So what was that? So review usually helps to identify any deviation from the standards. See here, So before at the planning stage, at the very lower level or at the first level, so you have put some standards to that particular product. So you have stick to some rules that you will develop that particular product according to this. So much money will be invested in that, who are all the customer, who are all your target audiences, that you are going to analyze. So you have some skeleton regarding that particular product, you have some idea about that particular product, how you are going to develop, how much amount you have invested, and how much profit you are going to gain out of it. So everything has been planned. So review is usually helps while developing that particular product. It will identify the deviation from the standard. So what you have planned and what you are working right now, so that will be analyzed using the review. So review will help to analyze more in depth of that particular product development, what you have planned and what you are developing right now. Then it comes, reviewers suggest ways to improve the work product, such as using algorithms that are more time and space efficient, specific work significations, better technology opportunities that can be exploited, etc. Yes, of course, reviewers so suggest ways to improve the work product, such as algorithms that are more time and space efficient. Yes, I have one view how to analyze that particular product, how to develop that particular product. I have some technology in my mind using which I will be developing my product. But there are different reviewers. They look that particular product in the different way what you are looking at. Okay, they will suggest their own ideas. That idea or that particular algorithm or that particular technology may be better than what you thought for the development of that particular product. So that their view would be better. In that case, suppose for example, while developing any software products or something, I have used the algorithm. So and another algorithm which has been used by the other person, which is more efficient compared to yours, then you are going to get a good idea and where you can save your time and the space compared to your previous or the earlier version of the algorithm or something. Okay, then it comes specific work simplifications. So if you are putting more effort to develop that particular product, if you found a more easier way to develop and the effect is same, the output is same, the result is same, but you are putting the more effort than the others or something, so that you can imply that particular product or the algorithm, so for that purpose. Then it comes better technology opportunities that can be exploited. So you will open up your eyes in a different way to develop that particular product, how you can save your money, how to gain a more profit or something, that can be analyzed using this particular review. Then it comes, in addition to defect identification, a review meeting often provides learning opportunities not only to the author of that particular product, but also the other participants of the review meeting. So review can be conducted in the different perspectives. See, suppose if there is a confidentiality has to be maintained regarding that particular product, you do have your own reviewers, you do have your own committee which will conduct a review meeting, and they will come to conclusion, they will analyze it, and they will come with an output of that particular meeting or something. If it is not confidential, you can put that particular what you can say product review to the people or in the general audience. Okay, so there are different perspectives, so they will give their own suggestions or something. Apart from that, who is the author means who is the owner or who is developing that particular product, apart from him, but it also other the participants for the review meeting. The other people, those who are attending that meeting, or the other people, those who are taking that giving the review to that particular product, they also will learn something new which they don't know. Okay, so I have some 5 to 6 tips to resolve that particular problem. By going through that review, you may found a new or more efficient algorithm or the technology to overcome that particular product. So those people will also come to know the new things regarding the other people, those who have attended that review meeting. The lessons acquired from a review meeting allows the participants to avoid committing similar defects that were discussed in the review meetings. Yes, of course. So I have first time, if I am working on that particular project, I may commit a mistake. Okay, if similar kind of projects has been assigned to me for the next time, means I have one set of idea in my mind saying that okay, we have committed mistake last time in this particular segment, that we will not commit. So that will be a learning phase for the other people also. So they will learn so not to commit that mistake again and again in the similar kind of projects. Yes, this is the same. The review participants gain a good understanding of the work product under review, making it easier for them to interface or use of the work product in their work. If one software, you are using a one module of that particular software, and the another project, the other people, those who are working in that, they may be using another software or the segment of that particular software in the another project. If this is giving a problem, means they also can analyze, okay, this is what the problem they are facing. That project committee or that particular project team members are facing this problem by using that software. We will analyze before we go to that particular software or something. So they will be getting the awareness regarding that particular software, and they will be working in a team. So these are all are the utilities of the reviews. Okay, so first one is the cost effective compared to your testing. Then review usually helps to identify any deviation from the standards which you have planned, how to implement and how to complete that particular product. So if you are taking any deviation while developing, and even for example, if you have thought that so you will complete that particular project or the product completion, so in 1 month, if it is taking too much time or something, that you can analyze how much time I am taking and how much when it will be getting completed or something, that you can analyze using the review. The reviewer's suggestions, the different perspective you will come to know, and the team members also who attended that particular review meeting and the other members of that particular company, they will come to know that what mistakes they have made and how to overcome that, and we will that they will not commit a same mistake once again in using that particular development of the product. So this is about your utility of review. Next comes candidate work product. Candidate work product for the review. Okay, candidate work products means what you can give as an input for a review. What are the inputs for a review? So first of all, it may be a requirement specification document. Okay, the first thing is the requirement specification document. Then second one is user interface specification and designer documents, architectural, high level and the detailed design documents, test plan and the design test cases, project management plan and configuration of a management plan. So here the requirement specification documents. So what is required? What is required? So if you are developing any kind of a software or something, any kind of a product or something, the requirement specification is very much important. So for installation of some of these softwares, or you can take any games in your system or in the laptop or something, they do have some specification that okay, I do require this much RAM, the graphics card, the hardware should be like this, and the screen should be like this, and there are different type of equipments to be used to play that game or something. So this is what you can say it as the requirement specification document. So you are going to analyze the complete requirement, what is required, is it available or not, so that you will make an own document. That is nothing but one requirement document. So for this you can go with the review. Then it comes user interface specification and design documents. Yes, of course, the user interface specification and design documents, this also you can put for an review, that what user interface specification is required, what is the design documents you are maintaining, or any other person who have already started working on this or not, so that you are going to maintain a design and the specification which is required for that. Then architectural and a high level and the detailed design document. So this is very important phase in case of your software development life cycle. Every product, it has its own diagram or it has its own development designs based on which they may have some problem. So suppose if model 1 has a problem in developing that particular product, then they can move to the module 2, then module 3. So where they are facing a problem, what is the exact problem, so how they can implement it. So that is the complete design of that particular product. So that can be analyzed, that can be reviewed, and to get the better options or to get the better solution. So for that you can give the what you can say, the review for this particular designing part. Then test plan and design the test cases. Suppose for example, so here in the test cases, if it is an executable code, there is no problem. In this test cases, you can analyze which is the appropriate testing to analyze that particular product. If it is an only one, what you can say, the quantity, or only one kind of a product you are testing individually, then you can go for the unit testing, not a problem, okay, because whether it is working fruitfully or not, that you are going to analyze using the unit testing. Okay, then if you wanted to implement and if you wanted to merge that particular product in an interface, suppose for example one product I wanted to implement it in a one complete segment or the different kind of a modules, so it has to get adjusted with that particular module and it has to work accordingly. So that is nothing but your integrated testing or something where there are different parts of that particular product have been installed in one system and they need to coordinate with each other and they have to work properly. So that where that product is getting working properly or not, that you have to test, and there are different test cases. See for example, if you are developing a one database, if it accepts the 100 or so, like a banking applications you can take for example. Okay, in banking applications the database must be very strong to store enough data of customers. Okay, if there is 50 people or customers, 100 people, 1000 people, 10,000 people, the database should not get crashed. So you have to check the complete fault tolerance, the complete working procedure of that particular product, how it will be working, how you can implement it, what software has to be used, whether the fault tolerance is high or not, so whether it is in that position. So everything that can be tested, that can be analyzed using the review. Then last comes the project management plan and configuration management plan. So how you are going to analyze that particular product, whether it is beneficial for the what you can say, the organization, and what is the configuration required, whether it is possible or feasible from us or not, that we are going to analyze by deciding the management. So this all these are you can analyze or you can work on the basis of your review. Then it comes review roles. What is this review roles? In every review meeting, a few key roles need to be assigned to the review team members. Okay, this is especially whenever one company is developing a one product, one organization is coming up with one of the product, then to analyze that particular product, we do have a set of team members. We do have a set of team members. In that, the all kind of experts will be involved to give a better solution for the betterment of that particular product. Okay, so here for example you can observe, so whenever we are going to conduct a review meeting, so one is going to explain what had happened, so where we are facing the problem, what was the problem, so that he is going to collect that data. There must be some different roles and in a review this thing we do find the three types of roles. So first one is the moderator, we will go through. So review roles means the people who are playing a vital role and the important role in a review meeting. Okay, so what was that? The moderator, then the second one is the recorder, and the third one is reviewers. Okay, what moderator is doing? Moderator plays a key role in the review process. Moderator plays a key role in the review process. What are the roles? Scheduling and conveying the meetings, distributing the review materials, leading and moderating the review sessions, ensuring that defects are tracked to closure. So what was that? So what is that? So scheduling and conveying the meetings. So whenever it is required, so there might be review meetings that can be oftenly conducted, weekly ones, monthly ones, or once in a 6 month or 3 months, that can be conducted by the duration or something. And whenever there is an emergency comes where we have to have all the team members of a review committee or something, the moderator, what he finds, if he find that particular situation need to be discussed with the review team member and the solution has to be find out, then he will call a review meeting. The scheduling of this review meeting and conveying the meetings, that is the role of your moderator. Then distributing a review materials. So this is distributing a review materials means he has a track of all that particular product information. So what is this review meeting we are taking for? So suppose if it is the financial aspect, then he will discuss with the financial person associated with that particular product. If it is the technical, then the technical team or the developer team will be interacting in that particular this thing. Experts are from the various regions in that particular product, that they will be analyzed and they are going to give the solutions based on that. So distributing the review materials means he has a complete track of that particular product, so information that will be distributed, that is the another role of your moderator. Leading and moderating a review sessions, yes, he is going to analyze what is going on and what the review is being taken in that particular sessions. Then ensuring that the defects are tracked to closure. Okay. So here, see, last time, say suppose in the last or in the previous review meeting, if they are discussed with the economical feasibility of that particular product, so he has to have some track, okay, what is the progress in that perspective, what is the action taken with that particular product, what is the output, up to what extent they are coming up with the result or something. So they have to analyze all these things. So that needs to be tracked, and he must be ensure that the defects are tracked to closure or to close. Then the second role of the review committee is the recorder. The main role of the recorder is to record the defects found, the time and the effect data. See, what the recorder is doing, as the name itself indicates, that he is going to record each and every defect of each and every product where they are getting failed. So what was the time or date or something, and then what is the effort data they have taken to overcome to that particular product. Because the same kind of the problem should not occur in the further development or for the next project or something. So they will have a complete log of that particular test cases or the defects found. So what is the defect found, when it has found, in which module it has found, what is the action taken to overcome that particular defect or something, that complete log will be maintained. So that is the role of your recorder. He records each and every records. Then it comes the reviewer, and another important member of that particular team. The moderator, who is going to completely monitor and he is going to coordinate with the review meetings or something, that will be the role of your moderator. Second one is the recorder, is going to maintain each and every defect, time and the effort of data, and what has been analyzed, the complete will be recorded by your recorder. Then it comes the reviewer. These members review the work product and give some specific suggestions to the author about existing defects and also point out the ways to improve the work product. Okay, the members or the reviewer, what they are doing is, the product, they are going to give some specific suggestions how to improve that particular product, where the development team, where the testing team, they are facing the difficulty, the review member, team members or the expert in that particular context, they are going to analyze the things and they are going to give some suggestions to adapt in that development team, and then to improve the work product. So these are the reviewers, three different roles. One is moderator, recorder and the reviewer. Then it comes the review process. What is this review process? So this is one kind of a segment, this is one kind of a process which can be worked continuously on that particular product. So it is not that, okay, we have completed one review process, it is done. No, unless that product is 100% completely working, so it is properly working, and if it is quality is been very much high. So ensuring all these things, then only your review team can end up with the development of that particular product. So here you can observe review means what, several times you are looking into that same product. Okay, this is not working, you go with that. Okay, this algorithm is not working, you go with that. If this technology is not working, you go with the another. So by testing and by analyzing what is the fruitful and the best output you are going to get out of it, that will be analyzed by your reviewer. So here this is not on a single stretch or in a one time what you can say the meeting where you can complete the each and every phase. It is not like that. So whenever in every phase, and it has to appear or it has to commit oftenly, that you have to conduct the review meeting. So where you have went wrong. So again and again, until unless you come up with the better output for that particular product. So here in the review process, first phase is planning, and next one is review preparation, third one is review meeting, and last one is rework. Okay, what is that? Planning. You can observe here work product. It comes to the first phase of your stage, that is first part, that is planning, the review team and the schedule. Then it comes for the preparation of that, then reviewers logs will be analyzed, then it comes for the review meeting, defect the logs. So they are going to discuss here, rework on that particular product. If any difficulties have been found in that particular context, then summary will be come out of it. So if it is facing any kind of a problem, again they need to work on this particular work product planning. All this will be repeatedly comes for that particular product. So here in the review process, planning, in the planning phase, in the first planning phase, once the author of a work product is ready for submitting the work for review, the project manager, so here in this phase, the project manager picks one person or choose one person as a moderator who is very much or well versed with that particular project. He should have some knowledge. So the project manager, so before we start with the planning, the project manager of that particular project or the product, so he is going to choose one person as a moderator who is very much what you can say, the knowledge person in that particular product. He should have some knowledge regarding that particular product, and along with the help of that moderator only, he is going to select the review team members, the other members of that review team. See, so everybody is having their own expertise in. Some of them are good in testing, some of them are good in developing, some of them are good in some other task or something. By taking the help of the moderator, your project manager is going to choose a people for a review committee to that particular product. The best practice to have a review committee members is to 5 to 7. 5 to 7 is the appropriate or the proper team members to have a review on that particular product. So if it is less than 3 or more than, means you are going to get a different types of what you can say the suggestions. Again, it will be a confusion part. So better you should have, or you can have 5 to 7 members for that particular review committee. Okay, the effectiveness of a review drastically reduces if there are less than 3 members. Yes, of course, you are not going to get the different views for that particular product. The review team okay, then it comes the moderator usually schedules all the review meetings in that particular planning. So then it comes the preparation that is the second phase. In the preparation, what they will be doing to initiate the review process, the moderator convenes the brief preparation meeting. So that can be the copies of the work product are distributed to the review team members and all. So he is going to do the preparation for that this thing what is required. So there is a role of a moderator comes over there for the preparation purpose along with the project manager. In the review third, that is review meeting, okay, the comments may pertain to defect, work simplification, maintainability, etc., and the moderator ensures that the discussions remain focused and productive. The recorder scribes all the defects of the points and the other agrees to. Okay, so here in the review meeting, your moderator is going to take care, he is going to get each and everyone's review, each and everyone's view regarding that particular project, what is working, whether it is productive or not. It should not be a wasteful of time. So whether you are getting an fruitful output or information out of it, that will be taken care by your review meeting. Okay. That is review meeting. Then it comes the rework. So in this review meeting, it is not only you are working for that particular product, or the advantages of that product is not only going to discuss in this review meeting. They also work on the defects, where they went wrong, what is the problem with what kind of the product or the software or something, where they went wrong, okay, where they can get the different what you can say, the inspiration from the other products or something. So all those suggestions and all can be given using your review meetings. Okay, that can be decided in your review meetings. Then after taking the defect log by the recorder, recorder is going to record what action or the decision have been taken in this particular review meeting. Then it will come for the rework and follow up. Okay, so they have decided something, this is not working, this is good, where they can focus on more that particular, what you can say, the customer attraction or something of some particular product. If they went wrong, so by getting some bad remarks on that particular product, so they may change the design of that, or some action or the initiatives have been taken in this review meeting. That decisions and that, what you can say, the discussions comes into the work form in this rework and the follow-up. Okay, so once it comes to the rework, they will work on what decisions they have taken over here, then it will be follow-up. Again, your moderator is going to take all the records, he collects all the records, what decision is taking, what is the work progress and all. Then it comes for the second phase of that particular improvement in that particular product. So again it comes with the planning, preparation, review meeting, decisions will be taken, then again it will be work for the improvement in that particular segment. This is how your review process will be occur in case of your companies or in case of any organization. So then it comes the next part, review is done, then it comes to the next part is called the project termination review. What is this project termination review? Project termination is the last stage of managing the project and occurs after the implementation phase has ended. A review is then undertaken with the client. Okay, there are many people involved in that particular project. Review committee means it is not only the people, those who are working and those who are developed that particular project. There are different stakeholders who involved in that. Okay, even some people, they have invested their money they have invested their money in your particular product. You have to take their opinion also, and some people client also, because what design you are going to develop, what technology you are going to use, if it is your client is not interested in such kind of design or something, then it is not of any use, because he is going to pay the amount, and some people, those who have invested amount in your project or the product, that also you have to taken care of. So a review meeting is then undertaken with the client and the project stakeholders, during which the project outcomes are evaluated against the stated aims and the objectives. Okay, the project termination review, this is also a similar kind of a project, what you can say, sorry, the review meeting only. But in this review meeting, this is a project termination review meeting, where if a project has been successfully completed or in between because of some difficulties, abruptly if it got completed or something is disconnected, so in that case you are going to give the complete information, what had happened, where we went wrong. If it is successfully completed, then you are going to give the complete information regarding that particular product success. That is nothing but a project termination review meeting. Here in this case, the manager decides when a project should be terminated. As soon as the decision is taken, it's good practice to conduct a project review meeting. So whenever in each and every company, in every organization, not only in the MNCs or in the software companies, every kind of a project, like your industries and all, whenever they are revealing that product and whenever they are releasing that particular product to the market, it is a best way, it is the best practice to have a review meeting before they release the product into the market. So that is why this project termination review meeting comes. The project termination reviewers meeting are important for successful failure as well as the permanently abandoned projects. Yes, each and everything the project manager has to explain, whether it is successful, why, if it got failure, why, what is the reason, where they went wrong. Okay, then if it is related to any kind of the, what I can say, the raw material which is not available or something, because of that your project fails or something, the requirement that permanently you have closed that particular project, you have to give the explanation what had happened. Okay, then it comes, the project termination review marks the official closure of the project and provides an important opportunities to learn from past mistakes as well as the success. That's what it is, not only regarding the success of the project and not only the regarding the failure or the mistakes. So it is overall view of the that particular project. By analyzing the past mistakes, the project teams can learn to do a better improvement in their project and practices. Yes, of course. Okay, they can learn from the past mistakes and they can improve that mistake and they can overcome that mistake in the next segment or the part. The project termination review summary report is not only the beneficial for the terminated project but also can be benefit for the other teams also. That's what, if the same software is being shared by the other projects in the same company, they will also get kind of information regarding that particular software. So it is important to note that project termination needs a necessary mean project failure or the premature abandonment of the project. Okay, so let us discuss for what are all the purposes a project what you can say, they terminated or the termination for a particular project. So the first one is, you can say the project is completed successfully and handed over to the customer. Okay, not only the failure, the success also has to have a review meeting. The project is, these are some reasons what they have discussed over here. The project is completed successfully and handed over to the customers. Yes, of course, I am done with the project. What the customer expects from me, I have developed that particular project. It is successfully working fine, no problem. I do have my profit and all, everything is working fine. Then that is the reason for the termination of the project. So because of that, they are conducting this. Then second one is incomplete requirements. So here in incomplete requirements, you can analyze which are all the products and which are all the raw materials are required to develop that particular product. Okay, so in this incomplete requirements, without having a knowledge or without having any good analyze or something, you cannot work on. See, suppose for example, let us take an example of a bank. If will not take on the SBI or something, we will take on small scale in bank like any cooperative societies or something. If they plan for an particular, what you can say, the ATM machine or something. So how it will be fruitful to have an ATM to that small scale bank? So how it is fruitful, how it will be gain a profit for that particular what you can say, the bank in any mannerisms. Okay, so that they have to think before they implement. Just by having what you can say, just by having an ATM machine or something or space, you cannot analyze the things. You have to have a complete information regarding what is required and all. See, for example, to develop that particular ATM machine, he may have an hardware and a software. Yes, software is required, hardware, that machine is required and all. Then the, what you can say, the space to install that particular machine, they need to have a space. Okay, like SBI kind of a banks and all, they do have enough transaction, they do have enough profit and all, so they can have maximum or the more number of what you can say, the ATM machines in a single place, or not single place, in a city or something. But the small scale people or the small scale banks or something, they have to think in another way. Okay, they have to think all the requirements which is required to install that particular ATM. So one is software and hardware requirement and the space to install that. Then it may be the network connectivity to do the transaction and all. They have to have a high what you can say, the networking, that can be a what you can say, the wireless or the wide networking. What is the bandwidth and all required, that they have to think. Then it comes the transaction amount. If a person comes and he just withdraws 1,000 rupees and that is the only transaction for a 1 month, means you are not going to get a gain of profit out of it. So there must be people has to come to your ATM, they have to do the transaction and all. So how it will be work out, that you need to think of, and the place where you are installing that particular ATM machine, okay, area. Then mechanic or any expert person, if it comes for the maintenance, that also you need to think to give a salary and all, and for the maintenance purpose a person is required. So to just install an ATM, so this all these things that you need to think over it, then you are going to come up with the solution. That is the one. So by having a lack of knowledge can also shut down the many, what you can say, the projects, that is incomplete requirements. You exactly don't know what is required. You just with having a raw knowledge and just having an what you can say, the raw idea in your mind, you cannot start with the project. So because of this, many projects have terminated. And lack of resources. Just by having a plan in your mind, okay, I will do like this, I will do like that. So just by having a plan in your mind, you cannot execute any project or the product successfully, because you have to think that many resources are available and it is feasible from you to buy that particular product or not, that you have to think over. That is the lack of resources. Because of this also many projects get terminated. Then some key technologies used in the project have become obsolete during the project execution. Okay, so you can think over here, some key technologies used in the project have become obsolete. So you have prepared a one particular what I can say, the software, you have prepared a one software by using some outdated software. Okay, so no one will buy your product in the market, because the latest version of that particular product, latest version of that software will be already available in the market, and you have developed that software using an outdated this thing, then no one will buy your product. So that also can be one of the reasons. Some key technologies, not only the software, there may be the another what you can say, the things also involved in this, used to project have become an obsolete during the project execution. Whenever you are going to develop that project and whenever you are going to execute that particular project, at that time already that software has become outdated. Then it comes economics of that project have changed, because many companies products may have become available in the market. Yes, of course. See, the customer means they are going to look from their perspective. Yes or no? So we will take an example of an SIM card. So before this Jio comes and all, so many people, they are what you can say, Airtel or any other, I will not mention. So any other of the companies, what they will be using, so will be used to have one call for 2 rupees, outgoing call for 2 rupees, or it may be very earlier, it will be 5 rupees also. When the other SIMs comes or something, the net or the whatever GB data we are using, that also we can take as an example. So 1 GB we used to have for 1 month. That is the way how we are going to use the internet. But nowadays we are going to use 3 GB or 5 GB per day. Yes, of course, at the very lower cost or something. So the economics of the project have changed because of the many companies products have become available in the market. So there are better options available in the market at the less price. Obviously your customer will move towards that particular product. So because of this also, the many projects or the products will get terminated abruptly, or in between they came into the market. Yes, first one is successful completion of the product. Second one is incomplete requirements. I am not having the complete information regarding the requirements, what will be necessary in the further steps. Then it comes the lack of resources. Yes, practically is this possible for me to have that resources, is or what, that we need to think. Some key technologies that you have developed that particular software which has become outdated, then the better options available, what product you have developed in the market, that apart from that, better options are available at the lower price or something. So all these are the some of the reasons because of which your what you can say, the project may or the product may end up with the termination. Then another, there are some of the other ways also. Some ways of which are outside the control of the project manager. There may be other reasons also, which are those. The first one is external factors that can affect the outcome include and changing the commercial environment, lack of support from the senior management or something, then on lack of cooperation from the project client, and internal factors include inadequate expertise within the project team, a lack of planning and the management, poorly defined project objectives, and a failure to communicate effectively. These all may be the possible ways to a project may get terminated. Yes, so this is the process how we are going to terminate a particular project. So first is the project survey. So even though once you end up with that particular development of that particular product, so you cannot, if it is successful, then also you need to commit this. If it is failure, then also you need to go through this, so that you can get the better solution of it by doing the review of that. So project survey, collection of objective information, debriefing meeting, final project review, and result publication. What is the result out of it? So in case of your project survey, the information is collected through a set of carefully designed questionnaire that can be bring out for the important process and management issues which have a strong bearing on the success or failure of the project. Okay, the project survey, okay, the survey can be done by the different kind of people. The objective of the project survey actively is to collect the various information of pertaining the project without compromising with the confidentiality of respondents. So this is what about the project survey. So here a set of questionnaire will be given to the people or to the audience or to the customers or something to gain the attention of that particular, to attract that particular customer towards your product. So this is all the project survey has been made. So what you have developed, what is the opinion of your product, what is the opinion regarding your project or the software what you have developed in the market. You have to have a proper opinion of the customer from the market. So for that you can develop a questionnaire and you can put to the customer, and they will give their own what you can say, the opinion or the review regarding that particular product. So that can be the project survey. Then collection of objective information. In this the different types of metrics that have collected included the cost, schedule, and quality metrics that also involved over here. Second point. Third one is debriefing the meeting. Debriefing meeting is preferably a meeting that helps to ensure that final review meeting focuses on the most relevant aspects. Yes. So overall what you can say, you are going to collect information in the debriefing meeting. Then final project review. So in this final project review, the project manager addresses the various issues arising out of the project planning, tracking, then preliminary phases, requirement analysis, specification and design, and even including the verification and validation, and every steps what have been taken out of it, that will be complete information will be given by your project manager in this final project review and result publication. The project leader summarizes the positive and negative findings arrived at during the termination of the review process, as well as the prescriptions for the improvement. So that all what you can say can be analyzed, and the result publication will be done for that particular product. So first one is what you can say, the project survey, collection of objective informations, then it comes debriefing of the meeting, final project review, then result publication. So this is how there is a proper way, and there is a proper what you can say, the steps has to be taken care whenever you are doing this process of what you can say, the project termination process. Thank you.